Thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. I know a lot of you guys are from Heron show. After the show, I actually increased by about more than 100 subscribers, which is a lot to me. It takes about a month to get that many numbers. So thank you so much. I'll try my best to provide interesting drone videos as well as some other cultural travel videos as well. I'm doing this video for those of you guys who haven't actually seen me live on Ken's Thursday Night Live, which is one of the live show in YouTube. So I thought I'll get the clip, show you guys, maybe just clip the parts that are more interesting. So let's have a look together.
Now, let me go over here and screw with Skype again as we try to bring Young 360 in from Hong Kong. Ladies and gentlemen,
Hello?
I think she's here. Hey, she's sideways. There she is.
Hello.
She's here. Hey.
Oh, actually, hi.
Hello. I don't know what.
hi.
Are you holding your phone landscape?
Yeah,
Or can you turn the phone the other way?
I actually try so much to
What happens?
figure out whether I can do it vertical.
We can
but
just see your
horizontal,
eyes. We can just see your eyes right now because of the thing. Yeah.
It's not any better.
Why does it do that?
So I've actually prepared like this with my laptop on so that I can get the horizontal orientation right. But we actually hadn't tried Skyping on my laptop. So for some reason, my Skype account, which is both on the mobile phone and my laptop, but somehow I was only connected to Ken through Skype on mobile phone. So I ended up doing that, and somehow I just couldn't figure out how to turn the orientation from vertical to horizontal. So when I looked vertical, I thought I looked like dumpling because I was this close to my mobile phone. I look like dumpling. Really bad angle. And then because I wasn't even looking at the lens, I was keep on looking at the screen. So I'm like this. Terrible. I really should have been a bit more prepared, I think. It would have been so much better if I looked a bit more normal. But oh well.
What you're doing, you should have a lot more subscribers. What you're doing is you're showing a part of the world in a way that is quite unique. And so here is one of her videos. Here we go. Which drone are you using mostly for this?
Mavic Air.
Mavic Air, okay. And you like the Air a lot better than the Spark, huh?
Yeah, because it's a lot stronger. Because I, as you can see, I go to the sea, ocean a lot, and it's very windy. So Spark usually find it a little bit hard to.
So just for this video, how far did you have to travel to gather all of this wonderful footage here?
Oh, so basically, it's not just China. Half of it is Hong Kong, where I live, and some are sort of China, Tibet, and Indonesia as well.
Mm-hmm. Really beautifully done. How long have you had your YouTube channel?
Oh, I've had my YouTube channel for more than a year, but I didn't have any clue about how to do video and everything. So I've sort of learned from scratch. And I think probably about a little more than 6 months.
Okay. And how many subscribers do you have right now?
I think about 1,600. maybe.
Let's get her to 2,000 subscribers, fellas. Let's do it. Now, Tyler.
Oh, thank you.
Tyler right now is going to go ahead and subscribe.
I'm gonna follow right now. Are you kidding me right now?
Cool.
Done.
Would you ride it? Here it is. This is what it looks like. Little chair there, controller. Yeah, a lot of batteries. Kind of looks like a fly swatter.
Oh, yeah, I think so. It looks quite sort of safe-ish. It looks safer than the one. I don't know whether you guys have seen it, but the lady in Africa was trying out some crazy chair.
Oh, I think I've seen that. Blades spinning right at neck level. There you go. Very often the razzmatazz in the background will break my internet because I have backwards bandwidth, but for Young, I'm going to go ahead and take the chance. And it's Friday already. Okay.
What's happening tomorrow, Young? I want to know what's happening tomorrow.
She's in the future.
Nothing special. It's quite sunny in Hong Kong and really hot.
So what plans do you have for your next video? What's your next video going to be about?
The very next video, I'm just gonna review like a new jacket that I bought. like for traveling. And other than that, I'm actually sort of half considering whether I should buy Tello or not, because I thought, oh, maybe it would be interesting to sort of like do coding.
It's a great little drone for indoors. I flew it outside, almost lost it, just kind of goes away. I hope you weren't planning on flying it outside.
So how is it a drone if it goes away?
Well, it's a selfie drone. It's not made to go much further than about 50 feet away from you.
Yes, the enablization of the look at me generation. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
So do you think you're going to get it? I mean, it's fun. It's a lot of technology for the price, about $100 US.
Well, now I mentioned it, I'm like, oh, maybe I should really get it. Because the thing is, like in Hong Kong right now, it's not really, I wouldn't say it's a drone season for me. It's like way too hot. Like when you go outside, you sweat a lot and then you get mosquito bites. So I thought, oh, maybe if I get Tello, at least I can try to fly it in my like small apartment.
Do you have any kind of certification that you have in order to fly a drone? What kind of rules are there?
For recreational purpose, like you don't need a special license. Once you cross the border into mainland China, like your drone has to be registered online, as well as like the DJI Go app wouldn't allow you to fly unless you get like the verification code to your mobile phone.
Oh, okay.
So you have to have like China number.
So which one of the countries around where you are is the most difficult place to fly?
I think everywhere is sort of fine, like as long as you abide by the rule. But I think China, you just need to get the Chinese mobile phone number, which may not be like the easiest because they actually don't sell foreign SIM card.
You got in trouble when you tried to film Mount Everest and you were at the base camp, is that right? I'm going to show a little bit, just a very short version of your video, and then you can explain kind of what happened. But here is Young. Again, this is the Mavic Air. The part coming up is what I wanted you to talk about, but here it comes. Because everything's fine, you're just droning along, just a happy camper. Everything's good, but then you're looking around. Something happened. So the military was there. Now, what exactly happened there?
Actually, like for foreigners to travel into Tibet is a little bit there. It's a bit of like political sensitive area in China. Mm-hmm. So you have to have a tour guide. You have to have pre-arranged tour. Before actually reaching to Everest Base Camp, I asked the tour guide like whether I can fly the drone, and he said it was okay. But I think the sort of policy, the military policy changes all the time at the border because Everest is in between like China and Nepal. So once I flew the drone, and you know how like it goes sort of into the mountain a little bit? Mm-hmm. Like I was stopping anyway because it was way too windy like up in the air. And then once I got it down from the border side, like I could see a car coming down. And you know it's a military car. It wasn't even like green or anything. It was actually a normal SUV, like white SUV. But then you know like there's no tour car coming from that direction.
Right. So you're you're still in the air at this point. You haven't landed.
No. I was almost landing. So I think they can actually hear the drone further because up in the air, like nobody can really hear the drone. It's a bit too windy. But maybe I guess they have like radar system or something. They're like, what's going on? So they came down and you know like. Sort of in mainland China, you have to really be careful with the army, and especially in Tibet, because I've also had experience in Lhasa, the capital of Tibet, where I was just like vlogging. I was like using my Osmo Mobile 2 to film around, and there are like military personnel like everywhere. And then they actually screamed at me once my camera was somehow pointing at one of the soldiers.
Oh wow!
So I actually freaked out in the summit as well. So when I say like drone is not allowed, that was already the day after, because immediately after the flying, like you know, I was like, oh, I have to like sort of keep it a low profile.
Right. Now
once the car came, they were like, oh. So I actually sort of ignored them at first, you know, pretend that like nothing happened, like study back the drone, and they were like you come here in Chinese, and I speak really tiny bit of Chinese. And I thought, oh, maybe, you know, I can just go and apologize in Chinese and they'll think like, oh, I'm a foreigner. So so maybe they'll think like I'm just a stupid foreigner who don't know the rule. So after talking to them for like 10, 15 minutes and just saying, sorry, I didn't know, you know, I only filmed like around this area. I didn't go further. And it was too windy, so I brought it down anyway. So they let me go.
Yeah. Now at any time, did they ask for your card or your SD card or anything? They didn't try to take your footage?
Oh no, they asked me, but I just showed them like I only took like one clip, which is true because like, it was too windy. So once they saw that most of the film was done by, you know, where the stone is saying like how high Everest is, they actually didn't tell me to really delete it. And also the problem is like my Chinese really sucks actually. There was a bit of communication problem as well. But after that, I packed up. I wasn't going to fly anyway. It's going to get myself into trouble, my guide into trouble. So
when you're flying, do people, is it an attention getter? How do people respond to you flying around?
Actually, so like in mainland China, other than Tibet, because Tibet is a bit special. Like in China, people don't really care too much because, you know, DJI is from China. So a lot of Chinese tourists actually have DJI drones. You see like Mavic Phantom everywhere. And I actually flew in Similan in Thailand, and that's actually quite near Myanmar. So it's also near the border as well. I like going scuba diving, and then, you know, when you just ask captain, like there are certain places they know it's a bit more relaxed.
No.
Yeah, so they allow me to film like around the island and the boat, and I wouldn't fly too far and do dodgy things anyway. So
right. So do you have any plans on getting any other kind of drones?
You know, like I'm really happy with Mavic Air, but I was like that with Spark. So like who knows? Like if DJI comes up with some, you know, modification, some upgrades, then who knows? Like I might get another drone, maybe.
Okay. Well, I encourage everyone to check out her channel. The link is in the description. There's some beautiful, beautiful footage of some places that some of us will probably never get to visit.
Gorgeous views.
Absolutely.
Man, for sure.
And where are you going to be traveling next? Where is a place that you would want to film? Your dream location.
Dream location. Oh, I don't know. Suddenly, like Alaska came into my mind, but I'm not sure. I actually like this year. I do want to film Korea because I'm actually Korean. So I do want to film Korea. Except like whenever I go back to Korea, like I only go to Seoul where my parents live. And Seoul is pretty much out of bound. It's like too near the border. There are too many military airfields and stuff. So I just need to get out of Seoul and try to film some beautiful parts of Korea. That's
wonderful. Well, we look forward to seeing what you have to offer. Thank you for making time for us today.
Thank you.
All right. We'll let you go now if I cannot screw up Skype with Tyler. Thank you. See you, Young. Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
All right, cool. Well, she was nice, wasn't she?
Oh, she was great. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Hope you guys enjoyed the short edit from Ken Heron's live show from Thursday Night Live. Also, actually, immediately after the show, it's Friday, and then Fortress, which is like electronic store in Hong Kong, started having some discounts. So I actually just ended up getting Tello. It was on like 10% discount with an extra battery. So I'll be coming back. I'll be playing around with it this weekend and coming back with some content on Tello. So stay tuned and like this video. Bye!